Hi, I'm Ruba. I'm a researcher at Defense for Children International Palestine section. So settlements are communities. They're built on Palestinian land in the Palestinian territory that are solely for Israeli citizens. The first settlement started in 1967 after Israel occupied the West Bank after the Six-Day War. Now there are around 200 settlements. Their population is around 600,000. It's very difficult to have a two-state solution when settlements still exist and you're building more and more settlements. When they build settlements, they build it on Palestinian land because we said 40% of West Bank is gone for building settlements. There's a high level of settler violence. We at DCIP document many cases where children were beaten by Israeli settlers, where they were injured. When there is settler violence, it's very rare that they are held accountable or they are stopped from what they're doing. The Israeli soldiers and Israeli police just stand there and watch. Their role is to protect the Israeli settlers and not to bring justice. They don't get water regularly, and many of the houses are not linked to a water network, so they end up buying water in tanks. The fourth main negative effect of settlements is restriction of movements. Because the role of Israeli police is to protect the settlers, they put many checkpoints on the roads, so it ends up just harming the daily life of Palestinians and making it harder for them to reach their jobs, their schools, and so on, although they're passing from a Palestinian community to another Palestinian community. They're not able to control their own land. It's just hard to believe that it's possible to have an independent state where you're basically not in control of anything. You feel more that you're under occupation and you're watched more, and every moment you do is watched, and then there's a higher level of control on your life. Palestinians in the West Bank are under military law. However, Israelis living in Israeli settlements on occupied Palestinian territory that is illegal by international law and is a violation of the Fourth Geneva Convention are under civil law, although they're living on the same territory as Palestinians. So if there are two children on the same street, one of them is a Palestinian boy and one of them is an Israeli settler, and they're doing the same thing, maybe throwing stone, the Palestinian boy could be arrested under military law, but the Israeli boy is protected because he's under civil law. And when children are arrested under military law, they're prosecuted in military courts. Israel, on average, prosecutes around 500 to 700 children in military courts each year. And it's wrong to discriminate against children just because of their race. So children are arrested for a wide range of offenses, but the majority, around 70%, it's stone throwing. So the conviction rate in military courts is 99.something%. It's a system of control rather than a system of justice. The average sentence time that we get for children is 3 to 12 months. You can't find a Palestinian family that they don't know someone or a family member has been arrested and lived this experience. Israel controls the borders of the Palestinian territory. The Palestinian territory, is the West Bank, including East Jerusalem and the Gaza Strip. They are geographically separated. But in addition to this, there's the separation wall. That's a clear system of control. 85% of it is on the inside the West Bank. So they're also controlling the lives and the movement of Palestinians. There's also the checkpoints. There's around 500 checkpoints across the West Bank. They're basically there to protect the settlements and the Israeli settlers inside the settlements. There are permanent checkpoints, but there are checkpoints that they put suddenly and affects your life, and it just controls it more and more. And I need to apply for a permit, an Israeli permit, to enter the city that I was born in. I feel like I'm a tourist in the city that I was born in. When I hear occupation, what I think of is checkpoints, night raids, people being arrested and detained, separation wall, not being able to plan my life because it really depends on a permit. You're really not controlling anything. You don't know what's going to happen next. It's really hard seeing all these children growing up in this situation, and really it's the only reality they know. They don't know what it's like to live without occupation.